This is Dominique Wilkins.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
This is Gary Payton.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean David.
Hey guys, what's good? Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine. My name is Sean David. Thanks for tuning in. Let's talk some old school NBA basketball. In today's episode, I want to take a look at, well, how good was Michael Jordan when he was wearing number 45? But before we dive into today's episode, let me ask you guys for a small favor. Please subscribe to the channel and, more important, click the notifications button so you always get a notification once I upload a new video. All right, you guys, enough said. Let's dive right into today's episode.
After the game, Nick Anderson said, he was like, 45 isn't 23. Oh, man.
Before we evaluate how good Michael Jordan was wearing number 45, we gotta take a look at how good was he when he retired for the first time. MJ and the Chicago Bulls beat the Phoenix Suns in the 1993 NBA Finals, and Jordan was unstoppable. Many people consider this period Michael Jordan's prime. Jordan was averaging 41 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 6.3 assists per game in that series, and was literally unstoppable and unguardable. The Suns tried many different defenders on MJ, but the result was always the same. The guy shot over 53% from the field and was making shots from all over the place. The Bulls won the NBA championship and won their third straight NBA title. Then, as we all know, MJ retired and played baseball until he finally came back for the last 17 games of the 1994-1995 season. And this, as you can remember, was a pretty big deal.
Okay, what number, by the way, is Michael going to wear? Do we know?
Well, I assume it's 23, but people are speculating he might wear his baseball number 45, but I think it'll be 23.
It came in a two-word statement, which is now just begging to have a Nike campaign built around it. Quote, unquote, I'm back.
I'm happy that he's back. I think he's going to add a lot to the NBA, especially in the playoffs. I think he's back because he was missing competition, and he's ready to go again.
So this is what we have to keep in mind. When Jordan was playing baseball, he was shaping his body to be the perfect baseball body, training different muscles than you would for playing basketball. And of course, he only had a handful of training sessions with the Bulls. So preparation-wise, his comeback was very, very early. Fun fact, by the way, when I talked to Tim Hardaway, he told me that Michael Jordan also worked out with the Golden State Warriors before his comeback. Anyway, his first game was against the Indiana Pacers and Reggie Miller. The hype was huge, expectations were super high. Jordan made it into the starting lineup right away, but did he play well? Well, honestly, no. He had a very bad game. You could see that he was still rusty, some good plays here and there, but overall, it was a 7 of 28 performance.
The last Chicago player to wear number 45, Ed Nealy. Michael a little bit nervous, trying to live up to Ed Nealy. He put his pants on backwards. He struggled early, trying to shake off the rust, the 18-month layoff, and it showed. Michael, outside, inside, couldn't get it to go. Then the patented drive. Michael. Rick Smits gets a piece of it. Michael, 0 for 6 from the floor.
You know, I remember it like it was yesterday. When Jordan played against the Indiana Pacers, I was super excited, super hyped, and also super disappointed. Why? Well, I was pretty young back then, and I was expecting Jordan to play, well, just as he played in 1993. Obviously, not understanding what Michael Jordan was going through, and logically, it was not easy for him to play as good as he did in 1993. The next game, the Chicago Bulls played the Boston Celtics, and Jordan would score 27 points while shooting over 50%. He looked a lot more confident and proved that there was still some good old MJ left in him. But this is exactly what would happen the entire season with MJ. Some great performances and some bad ones. Still, he was giving the Bulls the much-needed boost. And then there were some vintage MJ moments, like for example on the 25th of March 1995, where MJ and the Bulls were playing against the Atlanta Hawks. And what can I say, MJ was MJ again. 32 points and that one crucial play that MJ was known for.
Jordan, Pippen, B.J. Armstrong, and Luke Longley. The inbounds to Michael. Racing the clock. Jordan for the win. Yes! He did it again! He is now back! Holy mackerel! Michael Jordan rings a 2, and the Bulls win 99-98.
If I had to pick his best game in the regular season, it had to be the double nickel game. 55 points against who? Well, of course, who else? The New York Knicks.
55 points by Michael Jordan.
There's a lot of hoopla going on right about now, but once I'm on the basketball court, the rest of the stuff doesn't make a difference to me, because I'm in my dreamland.
That's the record of the most points scored against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden, the Chicago Bulls, and the New York Knicks. It's the magical, mystical Jordan Road Tour, 1995. The Bulls are 2-2 since his return, and one of the most asked questions in America is he as good now as he was before?
We're still trying to find ourselves, and they're a much better team than we are right now. And I think we get to see what kind of work we need to work on down the stretch to even give this team a challenge somewhere in the future.
This is Jim. Jordan, 15-footer. Look out.
Yes. Michael Jordan hitting on his first field goal attempt.
My whole attitude was just relax, let the game come to you.
He shoots again.
Is 2 for 2 to start this game.
I could tell in the first quarter I really had something going.
They're going to keep going to the well with Jordan and Starks. Double team. Oh, too late!
Prior to his premature retirement, nobody guarded Michael Jordan straight up better than John Starks. The Knicks still plan to have him go one-on-one.
Michael Jordan, he's on fire.
A lot of times I come in here, you want to do so well here, you get a little tense.
All the games I've seen Jordan play, I've never seen him go like this. Those are very happy, positive butterflies, but they are in his stomach. It's 20 first quarter points for Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan finished the regular season averaging 27 points per game and helped the Chicago Bulls to win 13 out of their last 17 regular season games. Also in the playoffs, Jordan would have some great games, but also games where he just, simply didn't play well. This was good enough to defeat the Charlotte Hornets in the first round of the playoffs, but not good enough to beat the up-and-coming Orlando Magic in the second round. If we take an honest look at the first season after his comeback, it was good, but not great. But taking into consideration that he hadn't played for over a year, it was still an incredible feat.
As somebody that came into the league in '94, it was like shark-infested waters. It's like Jordan retired, Patrick Ewing, Karl Malone, Reggie Miller. Everybody was like, I'm about to get me a ring now.
It's just hilarious when you think about it that it was a fax. I wonder how many people watching this don't even know what a fax machine is.
This is when all of the fans from opposing teams went like this. He's back. That was the reaction.
This is the game where you like, okay, he officially back. He knocked the rust off quick.
It was incredible. I mean, it was one of his favorite stages. The garden was absolutely electric. I mean, people would find the Chicago dates, mark it off on the calendars, pay thousands and thousands of dollars to sit up front and watch Michael Jordan come in and destroy their team.
They had a squad, and there was a series of years where not only could you play on the big stage, but they was gonna make you pay for it.
You know, guys, thinking back at the 1994-95 season, I'm very happy that it went exactly the way it went. If Jordan would have won an NBA championship, it still would have been a great story, don't get me wrong, but I think it's even better that MJ failed in 1995, came back, and then finally won a championship, another championship, and another championship. Anyway, you guys, that was it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the content. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time on the Basketball Time Machine.
I wanted to go back to a feeling I had with 23. When we met them the next game, MJ just went on.
They're going to keep going to the well with Jordan and Starks. Double team. Oh, too late!